Okay. Let me just show you the handout real quickly. When you see it, you're going to be like, wait a second, there's stuff missing on mine. What is this? Dude, there's words missing. But the words missing are going to be on the PowerPoints. Does everybody see that? Okay, if you need a pen, we got a pen. Who needs a pen? Okay, can we get 2 pens up here, please? And basically, there's missing pieces to this. Okay? So what it does, it helps out with learning like never before. And if you guys that go to Saddleback Church, you know what I'm talking about. You're like, wait a second. Pastor Andy gives us these. But yeah, this is it helps you learn, number one. But number two is it shows that you're not just sitting here, you know what I mean, just being like, all right, I just want to get the degree from the university so people think I know what I'm doing. You guys see that? Like, it ensures that you're somewhat paying attention, right? So as you fill out all the blanks, it's real easy to do, right? Then what happens at the end, you're going to go back and you're going to get credit for being here at the course. Does that make sense? And how we do that is you're going to get a special punch, a little hole punch on your card. It changes every week. A couple weeks ago, and we had like a star. So they're just different things. But you'll get credit for that. And then anybody that we're going to be doing our first graduation ceremonies on May 30th, on a Saturday. We're going to be doing a regional event. People are going to be coming out from all over, and a first group of graduates are going to be there. So it'll be fun for people to see that. It's going to be a fun event. We'll talk more about that as we get a little bit closer. But let's talk about the launching your planners, okay? Let's talk about launching planners. So first thing is this. We don't need to see this guy. Okay, here it is. Module 10, launching planners. Did I spell that right? So you took me for a loop for a second. I'm like, literally, you and launching? If not, there is now. You guys are serious today. All right. So here it is. Let's get into this. Launching planners, okay? The first thing we're going to be talking about is when launching planners, when you're launching planners, right? Make Riman University a priority. Okay? Because I'm going to explain to you why when you're getting a brand new person started, why you want to prioritize and get them. Number one, you guys, ladies and gentlemen, are in this market. That's huge, right? This is basically the world headquarters for Riman outside of Korea. So you guys, everybody that's from Southern California, you basically lucked out, okay? But we teach this system, and we're going to be duplicating this all around the world, okay? We're going to teach this system all around the world. Last time I launched a university program like this was about, 16, 17 years ago, okay? And we literally had it in 22 markets in the U.S. Then we took it to South Korea. We had it basically in all the major cities in South Korea. We built a billion-dollar company off of this system. And this system absolutely works. But I'm going to explain why. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so number one question is this. If you ask me, would you rather have 1,000 customers or 1,000 planners? A planner is somebody that works with us that promotes. Most people would say, I want 1,000 planners. The reality is I'd rather have 1,000 customers. Okay, and somebody goes, whoa, what? Okay? I've been through a lot of these modules. You talk a lot about team building, right? What is going on, Tim? Well, let me kind of rephrase that. If you ask me would I rather have 1,000 customers or 1,000 leaders, I'll take the 1,000 leaders. You understand? So I'm not trying to get people to join my team. I'm not trying to get people to get started with me. We don't want people just to get started on our team. You understand? You want people that are going to become leaders, that know how to do this business, that know how to become a success. It's not about how many planners you have. It's about how many successful planners you have. Okay? So let's talk a little bit about it. Okay? These are the 8 reasons we get planners to the Riman University. Number one is we're not selling hamburgers. We're opening up successful franchises. Remember that word successful, even though that's not the word you're looking for. You're looking for opening. But I want to make sure we understand we're looking for successful people. Okay? That's important. I used to think McDonald's was successful because they're everywhere. They're successful because they're successfully everywhere. They're everywhere successfully. I don't know, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Okay, getting our new planners committed to the Riman University system is a proven way to be able to create independent leaders. That's what you want more than anything else, is an independent leader. Okay? Somebody that is self-sufficient, that knows how to do this. Okay? And that's what you want to be thinking to yourself, well, that's what I want to be able to become. So let's talk about the second one here. This is number 2 for your notes, okay? People know we care about them when we put their development first. Okay, when we put their development first, okay, create a growth-obsessed culture, not a turning and burning culture. Any of you that have ever been waiters or waitresses before, you know, waiter and waitresses, there's some that just turn and burn people. Let's get them in, get them out of here, get them in, get them out of here. They don't really care about service. And then other ones that make you feel like, wow, you know what, this is amazing. I want to come back here. That's somebody that's, giving great service, okay? So you want to understand if you create a growth-obsessed culture, that's the key because the best trained team wins. Okay? You want to learn how to do this, okay? So being non-negotiable about graduating university shows you truly believe and value your team. Okay? John C. Maxwell has a book called 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and he updated it, and I don't know, probably about 20 years ago, or maybe 15 years ago. But he added something called the law of addition. And the law of addition says to add value to others first, you must value others. You're not going to be able to add value to somebody if you don't value them. Okay? So we have to value the people that we sign up and get enrolled. People that decide that, hey, look, I want to do this. I want to participate. We want to grow them. We want to develop them. We want to teach them how to be able to do this business. Okay? You don't want people just not knowing what they're doing. You know, you want people that know what they're doing, right? It's super simple. So let's talk about number 3. This is where, people stay in environments where they grow. They leave environments where they don't grow. So you want to be growing people, okay? This is something that's important to look at. The 6 inches between our left and right ears is the most valuable real estate we will ever own. The most valuable real estate you'll ever own is the 6 inches in between your left and right ear, okay? So we want to focus in on growing, and the reason why I was fortunate enough to be successful in this business is because I learned how to do it. Do you see that? I was telling a group the other day, if someone said, hey, Tim, I'll give you $1 million, just give me your journals. I would, like $1 million, I'm not worried about that. The journals are what's valuable. Money comes, we live in America, right? You can make money. And guess what? The value that are in those journals, you're talking about 45, 50 journals just packed full of information. You think I'd give that away? That's something I'm leaving behind, right? To my kids, okay? My grandkids. So just realize you want to develop yourself and you want to develop your team. That's why it's so critical to get them to the university. But I'm going to give you number 4 out of the 8 reasons why we get our planners to the Riman University. Number 4 is this: the hardest way to get volume is focus on volume. That's the hardest way. So, well, how I want to do a lot of volume, Tim? Okay. Well, if you focus on a lot of volume, it's going to be a challenge, right? But the easiest way to get volume is to get our new people to senior manager. As in the senior manager. So the underlying word you're looking for there is senior manager. Now keep in mind that the Riman University turns our team into senior manager factory. Okay? It turns our team into a senior manager factory. So basically what happens is, when I got started, I did not know this stuff. Meaning, like, I knew this stuff, but I didn't know the compensation plan at all. Literally didn't know the compensation plan at all. And 3 months into it, I still didn't know the compensation plan. But what I did know is how to create senior managers. I said, what's that position? Senior manager. I said, let's go. Show me what that looks like, and I'm just going to turn, like, people, I'm going to turn my organization to a senior manager factory. We're just going to create senior manager after senior manager after senior manager. So I knew that I could get to the top of the compensation plan if I did what? Senior manager. Yeah, create a lot of senior managers. Because the difference between national director and a senior manager is I've got more senior managers than you do. Do you understand that? It's the same thing. A national director is a senior manager, just create a lot of senior managers. What's a team leader? Team leader is a senior manager created some senior managers. Director, somebody that created more senior managers. The bar of your success, and you develop your organization now, can you be successful just promoting the products? You better believe it. Never building a team. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Okay? But most of us want duplication. We don't want to just sell hamburgers. We want to create McDonald's franchises. How would you like to have 10 other people, right, that are just as committed as you? Of course, right? So let's talk about number 5. This is a great one. This is number 5 out of the 8 reasons why we get our planners to the university. Follow and promote this system. Follow and promote this system, okay? Building a system-dependent business instead of a personality-dependent business is the only proven way to have wealth and lifestyle. There's a major difference between a system-dependent business and a personality-dependent business. When you build a system, okay, it's dependent. If your business is dependent, okay, and I spelled dependent wrong the second time. Spell check did it right on, I think, on your guys' notes. I went back, it's probably right on your guys'. On mine up here, it's wrong. Okay, I should have caught that. So just make sure somebody reminds me. Travis is like, oh, I got you, man. But that's if you're serious, right? But the only proven way to be able to have wealth and lifestyle, okay? A system is a duplicatable process that produces a profit. So you'll hear people talk about system all the time. System this, system that, system. They throw the word around like they know what it means. The system is a duplicatable process that produces a profit, okay? The university system is by far the most proven way to replicate and develop leaders, okay? But you have to have a system-dependent business in order for you. Look, the last company we built, okay, I worked for 3 years. And then I didn't work for 11 years. And the income kept coming in residually because I built the university system and we duplicated that system. The system was just growing and shooting out leaders like crazy, because the same thing I was doing that I'm doing here, imagine it going on in 30 markets, 40 markets, 50 markets. Imagine this thing going on all around the world. What's happening? And we're shooting leaders out left and right, okay? So that's what we want to do. And we want to teach you how to do it, right? We want to teach you how to be that leader. Some of you don't want to be, that's fine. Maybe you might know somebody that might want to do that, right? But we want to teach you how to do what I'm doing. I'm teaching to teach, not teaching to learn, okay? So number 6, this is a big one, right? This is out of the 8 reasons why we get obviously our planners to the university. Number 6 is the university system injects people with confidence, okay? To want to recruit the warm market because they know their friends will win. That's the magic. Like, why do people want to introduce this business to their friends and family? Because there's a system that will teach them how to do it. When somebody gets started, they really don't know how to do it. Would you agree with that? So now I'm going to go introduce my business. I'm going to go introduce my family and friends to this to see if they want to take advantage of it and do it with me. But I don't even know if I'm going to do it. But once they go to the university, they go, wait a second. All we got to do is plug into this university, and guess what's going to happen? Everybody I know is going to succeed. So it inspires people to do what? Want to go share it with their friends. Want to go introduce it to their family. You don't want to be the only person that becomes successful financially and leave everybody behind. You want to at least give them an option. Would you agree with that? An option to take advantage of it. So it injects people with confidence, right? Everyone wants to recruit people when they know that success is the only option available, okay? The only option available. People that follow the university, you know, right? Okay, that's what happens. You inject people with confidence, okay? So here's obviously number 7. Again, obviously everybody knows here, like the first time through we earned a bachelor's degree at Riman University, second time through we earned a master's degree, third time we earned a doctorate degree. When we fall in love with the process, the money will fall in love with you. You want to fall in love with the process of growth and development, learning how to do it. You'll hear me talk about that all the time. Because what happens in our type of profession is if your business grows, because say you have a really amazing warm market, I've seen it happen before, and I know Travis and Julian has definitely seen this. What happens is if you've got a great warm market, you just know a great, like just amazing people that are really entrepreneur that want to make it happen, your business can grow. But if you're not growing with your business, guess what will happen? The business will end up slowing down because you didn't grow with it. You understand what I'm saying? So you want to make sure you're learning and growing so you can lead. Like you can't lead an organization. Imagine like somebody saying, man, I really want to make this happen. Okay, let's just say you had 1,000 random people on your team. Now what? 1,000 people just are on your team today. Now what? You're like, I have no idea, right? It's like, yeah. Just get them to the university and you're good to get. If you can just get good at getting people plugged into the university, you're going to replicate leaders like crazy. Now, here's number 8. 8 is, this is number 8 out of the 8. When 100% of our focus is to find people to talk to and talk to them. When it all comes down to that's what we do. Find people to talk to and what? Talk to them. Okay? If that's what we're doing, you've simplified it, right? Find people to talk to and talk to. Then get them to the university, our team will catch fire. Because you make it real simple. Find people to talk to them, and get them to the university and let the university grow them. You see how smart that is? Okay? Each week, every leader in the room is counting how many people that they have in the room. Like every team leader in hire right now is going 1, 2, 3, 4. They know how many people they have. Every week, I guarantee you, even the week that Julian was in Asia, guess what he was calling to find out? How many people he had in the room. Okay, because you know how many people you have in the room is going to determine your success. The more people that you have at the event, the more success you're going to have because you're growing more people. So, each week, every leader in the room is counting how many people they have, right? I always tell people, you're either counting or being counted. You understand? You want to be the type of person that's counting. And it's okay if it starts small. Might just be one person. If you bring one person to university, are you better off? Yeah, because now you just duplicated basically what you're doing. What if you have then maybe you get up to 3? You see what happens? It starts, you're not trying to have amazingly rapid, duplicatable, just they call it geometric progression growth. What you're trying to do is build a solid foundation and teaching people how to do it. It's magical, right? When you do that, it replicates and grows like wildfire through a dry brush still, okay? So let's talk about this a little bit now. Why launching planners is mandatory. Some of this stuff will be fun. Okay, I got some funny stuff in here. So here it is. Okay, this is back, just make sure you guys, everybody got that. Why launching planners is mandatory. It really is. talk a little bit about what happens, okay? Obviously, we know what we're trying to do, right? Long-term, big picture thinking, everybody in the room would agree, right? If this is your structure, you're pretty pumped up. There's nobody in this room that, if you're a director, you got 10 team leader legs, you're not excited about that. You're excited about that, okay? So I know some of you might not really have the vision to make a substantial amount of income, but if this was happening, you'd be pretty pumped up, okay? So basically, your goal is to have 10 different legs graduate from the university, okay? You build wide equals profitability, depth equals stability. Wide equals what? Profitability. Depth equals what? Stability, right? This is for your notes, okay? Now, for your notes, it says this too, I hope, right? You only need 3 legs of team leaders to get the structure for director, but you never want to make your minimums or maximums. You never want to make your minimums or maximums. In anything that you do. You never want to just get by. You want to have an abundance. Have an abundance mentality. So this is long term. I'm not saying, you know what, by the end of the next month, I want you to have 10 years, but you're building towards that. You want to have, I always tell people, when you start, guess what you want to do? Start with the end in mind. Can you see how smart that is? Okay? So let's talk a little bit about this, okay? Successful start is senior manager, okay? I always look at stuff like babies, right? It's help me go senior manager, little baby, right? And a walker. That's a cute little baby. So here it is. In the first 24 hours, okay, get new planners. What do you want to do? Okay, here's the 3 things, obviously. Connection call with your upline team leader or senior manager is about to go team leader, okay? If you have a team leader, some of your team leaders have got huge organizations. They don't have the ability or the time to be able to do it. Accept responsibility and learn how to do a connection call. I'll teach you tonight, okay? When I sign up a brand new person, I'm not calling Danny Bay every time. You guys see that? I probably, out of everybody I've signed up in Riman, I probably had him do maybe a welcome call maybe 2 or 3 times, okay? And it's not because I don't want him to do it, it's because I don't want to bug him. Do you guys see that? I don't want to bug him too much. Now, you'll learn squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? The squeaky wheel gets the grease, but the squeakiest wheel gets replaced. I'm kidding. Okay, no. Connection call with your upline team leader, or if you got a senior manager that's going team leader and you're brand new, that's just as good, okay? Now, number 2 is what? Commit to the university. That's obviously a no-brainer, okay? And number 3 is what? Get a recording of an orientation, or unless Tuesday's right around the corner. Every Tuesday, what do we have? Orientation. It's not something that may or may not happen, okay? Unless there's like some type of a holiday on a Tuesday. But Tuesday, it's pretty safe to say, orientation. I've been here in Riman the last almost 2.5 years, and guess what we've had every Tuesday? Orientation. You guys do that? So it's pretty safe to say Tuesday's orientation day. But if I get somebody started, let's say today, what is today? I got a new group that I'm working with, right? I was telling Travis a little bit earlier about this new group that I just started, right, in the UK. They all got started today. So you think I'm going to be like, all right, we're going to be having an orientation coming up next week, get ready. Heck no, right? I'm grabbing an orientation recording and getting it over to them. Do you see what I'm saying? You want to expedite the learning process. Okay, you want to get people trained up now. I don't want people waiting for an orientation, okay? So this is good, okay? You're going to like this, okay? How do we know how good we are at launching new planners? Think about it. How do we know? How do we know how good we are? Yeah, it's like this, right? Did they commit to the university and become a senior manager? Do you see the difference? And I'm going to teach you today how to do this. It's so good. I love this stuff. Like, I'm literally sharing with you guys everything I know. This is it. So basically, let's talk a little bit about this, okay? What does it look like? Why launching planners is mandatory? Let's talk about it, okay? So this is enthusiasm on the left going up and time on the bottom. Is everybody with me on this? So what happens, okay? So step 1, somebody gets started, they're fired up, right? And then what do? Step 1, right, we get a connection call with them. And then, get them an orientation and get them committed to the Riman University. We talked about that. This is for your notes, right? Now, step number 2, what happens? Boom, step number 2 is we do a launch Zoom for them or like a K pop-up. If somebody's out of the, like I didn't do a K pop-up for my new group that started in the UK. Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not jumping on a plane, flying to UK to do it a pop-up. Okay? I'm not doing that. But what I did is a launch Zoom for them. Right? So the girl I got started, I said, get everybody to, I go, do you want to make a lot of money fast? Do you want to make money slow? Like, how fast do you want to do it? Right? I wanted to find out what plan to put her on. She said, let's go. She's like, I've been doing this industry for 14 years. I don't know how to go slow. Show me how to do it fast. I said, well, tomorrow get all your friends on a call. Right? Get all your friends on a call. Okay? And guess what? Get them on a call. and we're going to do what we call what? A launch Zoom. Do you see what we're doing? You guys see this? And we did basically a Zoom, and then we did a private Zoom to launch them. Why do I want, if Marie gets started, why do I want to do a private event for her? Because it puts pressure on her to get people on there. You understand what I'm saying? But if I'm like, all right, all of us, let's all get together, let's all do a pop-up together. Now somebody's like, oh man, shucks, I couldn't bring any guests. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm like, Marie, I'm going to drive up to Los Angeles. I'm doing an event for you on Saturday. She's going to go, oh, I need to get guests there, right? You understand like why you do individual stuff with people's instead of doing collective? Okay? And this person, I didn't even find this leader, right? My son-in-law found her. My son-in-law found this lady. He's brand new to this industry. He never did it. Found this lady. It's a 14 years veteran. All right? Her organization was doing like $2 million a month or $2 million a month in sales. So it's like how do you find people like that? You just keep on keeping on. You see what you do? Keep talking to people. Okay? Something good's gonna happen, right? So that's what happens. Step number 2, we do a Zoom launch or we do a K pop-up. If they're local in the market, what do you think I'm doing? Pop-up. Pop-up. Way better. Way more effective. Now a lot of times people do a pop-up in their area, and then if I'm not in that area, then I'll just jump on to do like an intro or talk to the guest for them. You see what happens? Real quickly, just show them how to do it, because we're duplicating, right? Step number 3 is what? Get them a senior manager. You see what we're doing? Step number 4 is what? Boom, get them a team leader. So this is a perfect launch. This is a perfect launch. And I'm going to teach you today how to make this happen, okay? Look at that little guy with it. Look at him. He's on fun. He's got a little trophy. So let's talk about this, okay? Now, I'm going to show you what not a perfect launch looks like, okay? I'm going to call it a no launch. No launch at all. Somebody's still excited. They get started. Woo, I'm ready to go. Right? And then we don't do what, right? We don't do a connection call with the team leader. We don't get them to an orientation. We don't get them an orientation. We don't get them to Riman University. And then guess what? Boom! They end up in the dumpster. They end up in the dumpster. Okay? It's like, dude, we don't want to throw people in dumpsters. Okay, we want to get a connection call. We want to do it the right way. But I want to show you what happens if you don't launch it. Success doesn't happen by accident. You're not going to accidentally climb to the top of Mount Everest. Okay, you're not going to accidentally just get started and magically you become successful. Like it doesn't. I've been doing it for 30 years. I've never seen anything like that happen. Never. But maybe because I make sure I create a culture where everybody likes to help everybody, right? But this is not what we do. We want to make sure we take care of people. We want to blow them away. Like I want people to be blown away by my servanthood. That's why I want to wow people with my servanthood. I want people to be like, dang, man, you're committed to me. It's like I tell people, I'll be more committed to your success than you will to your own. And when I say that, I mean it. I'm all gas, no brakes, man. It's like over, under, through, we're going to make it happen. You understand? And we'll talk about how to do that in a second, okay? But now, number 10, module 10, launching planners, how to master the skill of launching fast. This is so valuable right now. This is so valuable, okay? Because this is a major skill, okay? It's a major skill. So here it is. What's the number one reason for a connection call? To find out if somebody wants to go toe in or all in. I want to find out what? Whether somebody wants to go all in or toe in. The last thing you want to do is if somebody wants to dip their toe in the water, to have them go all in. Because they're not going to stay in the pool. They're going to jump back out and just dip their toe in. So you've got to find out what type of person you're dealing with, right? What do they want to get out of this business, okay? So let's look at this, okay? You're going to really get something valuable here out of this, okay? This is so magical, okay? New planner gets started. The first one is at the top. It says start. And some people can start as a senior manager. We'll talk about that later. Or within 1 week become a senior manager, okay? That's called the fastest track. Now you'll see next to that, that's about 5% of people. Those are the people who want to make $500 to $1,000 a day. That's 5% of the people want that. Then you're going to have people 1 to 4 weeks, senior manager, that's the fast track. Okay, so remember, the first one, the fastest track, that's a 7-day or less sprint. Okay? Now the middle one is 1 to 4 weeks senior manager. That's fast track. That's 30-day or less senior manager run. That's about 15% of the people. 15% of the people, guess what? They want to make $500 to $1,000 a week. And then guess what? Then you got the majority of people, which is what? 1 to 3 months senior manager, normal track, 3 months of senior manager, so senior manager walk. So walk. That's 80% of the people. They want to make $500 to $1,000 a month. Okay? They want to make $500 to $1,000 a month. That's 80%. Okay? So this is called the Thompson rule. Okay, some of you know Larry Thompson. Some of you know Taylor Thompson. This is something that's been coined in our industry throughout the last, was it 59 years? He's been in the profession. I think he had his anniversary this week. Like, he is the guru. He's the greatest of all time. Make no mistake about it. Nobody's better. Nobody's touched more people's lives than Larry Thompson. But he teaches 80, 15, 5 reminders. These are his 80, 15, 5 reminders. Okay? All plans are the same. That's the difference. You've got to wrap your head around what I just said. All the plans are the same. Somebody goes, what? It's the same plan to make $500 a day as it is to make $500 a month? Yeah. Okay, it's the same plan. The speed and pace are different. The speed and pace are different. We all get customers and customer getters. We all do the same thing. We all get customers and customer getters. But if you want to make more money, what do? Yeah, exactly. If I want to, just logically think about this, okay? If I'm right here and I want to get to the back wall, could I walk there? Yes. I could walk there, 100%. It would just take me longer to get there. Would you agree? Mm-hmm. Now, if I ran there, guess what would happen? I'd get there faster. If I sprinted there, guess what would happen? I get there faster. But it's the same. I'm still putting one foot in front of the other. You understand? We all do the same thing here. The difference is the speed in which we do it. The pace of, guess what? How we do it. So let's get into this. I'm going to give you some good stuff right now. I'm getting fired up, okay, guys? Woo. Okay, so let me show you how this works, okay? This is launching with confidence, okay? Okay, and on the bottom it says confidence is contagious, so is lack of confidence. Okay, that's a Vince Lombardi quote, one of my heroes, right? He's an old school football coach, okay? But this thing on the bottom here says, your energy, whether bold or hesitant, okay, directly shapes the mindsets of everyone around you. Planners must feel by working with you, it is impossible not to be successful. So how do you do that? They don't know what they're doing. You guys are plugged into the university. You understand? You're learning exactly how to do this. Now, you don't even need all this information to blow it up. But a lot of this stuff is kind of like just seeds being planted in your head, and guess what's going to happen? It's still going to be there. So when your organization starts moving fast, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be able to navigate it because you know the information. Okay? It's better to be able to have it and not need than to need to not have it. Okay? So let's talk about this confidence situation. So I showed an example here of two chairs. And I tried to draw what we call a 2x4, right? Basically a board that's 2 inches by 4 inches in between the two chairs. I think everybody can wrap their head around this visual, okay? And if there's a board, right, we're sitting on chairs right now, if there was a board in between this chair and this chair, and I said, hey, I'll give you $1,000 to walk across it, I would go bankrupt really quickly. Right? You guys would be like, I'm going to do it all night long, baby. This is no-brainer. Right? So that's confidence. Somebody will walk across that, okay? Now, let me show you launching without confidence. Imagine now 2 20-story buildings. Same exact 2x4. Can you imagine now? Oh, no. And I say, walk across that 2x4, okay? And every time you go, I'll give you $1,000. So I, you go first here, right? That's what I said. Who go first? You understand? Because what happens is in that scenario, you're scared. You're fearful, right? You're fearful. And what happens when you're fearful? With the red. You gotta do the red. Somebody was like, now I get why this thing took forever to make. I don't know. long time ago, man. I don't even know if that PowerPoints to do that anymore. But you understand what I'm saying. If you have 100% belief and confidence that you're going to the top, it's easy to inject confidence in other people. But if you're hesitant or you're like, I'm going to give it a shot, you want to give it a shot with me? It's like, what? Right? So you got to have confidence. Like when I got and it doesn't matter your results. Somebody said, well, Tim, if I was a national director, I would have that confidence too. But you could ask Julian and you could ask Yvonne. They were here when I was a senior manager. The confidence hasn't changed. The knowledge has. Now I know the comp plan. But I was still killing it, right? So what I'm telling you is simply this. If I knew without a shadow of doubt in my mind. You've got to have that same type of belief. My name's Tim, 100%. You know what your name is, 100%. Now, if somebody said, hey, your name is Bob, Tara said, hey, it's nice to meet you, my name's Tara, and I said, no, it's Bob. No matter how confident I am in telling her name is Bob, she's not going to buy into that. You understand? You have to have confidence to know that no matter what, you're going to make it happen. Somebody goes, well, how do I get that confidence, Tim? I haven't had the results yet. I didn't have the results, too, until I had them. What comes first, the fire or the wood? You can't go up to a fireplace and say, hey, start throwing out some fire, man. I'm going to go chop some wood. Do you see? You got to know no matter what, man, I'm going to make it happen. How can you have that type of confidence? Because there's only two ways to fail in Riman. Number one is don't start. Number two is to quit. If you get started and you keep talking to people, you can't share a good idea long enough and not fall in the right ears. I can't talk to people and not find the right person. It's not like there's everybody out there is like, man, I don't want a better quality of lifestyle. I would hate to have free time and a quality of lifestyle second to none. That's what I don't want. People want it. Somebody goes, well, then why isn't people want to get started? Because they can't feel your belief system. But when they feel your belief system and you make a decision, hey, I'm going to the top, over, under, through, I'm going to make it happen, I'm going to be a success, you're going to see me waving from the top of the mountain or dead on the side, guess what happens? People want to follow people whose feet are moving. I can't follow in somebody's footsteps if the feet aren't moving. So we have to have that confidence to know, and then whenever we sit down with people, we talked about it last week, some of you were fortunate enough to be able to be here, 55% of it is what? Physiology. 55% of communication is physiology. This is like 100% what it is. So when you have that confidence, people are going to buy into it just by the way that you radiate. You radiate with confidence and belief, and people are going to be attracted to that belief. Julian told you earlier what? He wasn't like, oh yay, skincare. You see? But he was like, okay, Tim and Chris are going to blow this thing up. And if I get in with them, I already know what's going to happen. We're going to have a heck of a lot of fun. We're going to make a ton of memories, and we're going to make a lot of money. You understand? Now, does everybody make a lot of money? Does everybody in Riman become wealthy? No. No. Does everybody make a lot of money? No. Why? Number one, Jim Rohn would say, don't sign up for that class, right? Why does the sun come up, sun come up? I don't know how it works, but what I can tell you is anybody can, but not everybody will. You understand? It's not like if your name is Marie, you can't win. You understand what I'm saying? Your name's Tara. We're not letting Tara be successful. You understand what I mean? Like anybody can. But it's not about can or can, it's about what? Will or won't. Will or won't. Can you show up to the university? Can you physically do it? Like, is it, nope, I can't do that. That's impossible. It's possible. You can, but not everybody will. Can you learn this information? Yes, not everybody will. But it's up to you. I made a decision when I got started, whatever they're doing, if I can duplicate what they're doing, I'm going to get the same results. I already knew that. If Marie gets good grades, let's say Tara's my best friend, but she gets bad grades. Am I going to sit next to her in class and figure out and just take a look at her work because I care about her and love her? We're buddies? No. I'm going to go, wow, Marie always gets good grades. Right? I like to leverage. Would you agree with that? So I'm going to leverage OPE, other people's experiences, right? She might be in college right now, right? I don't know if that's a college shirt, but she's like, wait a second. This is the worst advice I've ever heard. But what I'm saying is, have you ever tasted a Pepsi-Cola and noticed there's a little similarity between that and Coca-Cola? Who was inspired by? copying everything she say. I'm letting her work inspire me. All right, I'm going to stop trying to justify what I said was wrong after the college kid here. Her mom's like, why did I bring her? But no, it's just kind of common sense, right? Is if you're gonna learn from somebody, learn from somebody who knows how to do it, right? But it's the same thing. That's what I did. I came to this industry. I didn't know anything. I was 17 years old, but I said, I'm gonna find out exactly what it is that these people know, and I'm gonna replicate it. Because if I say what they say, how they say it, I'm gonna get the same results. Literally, the first year I was a parrot. I have an OVHS. You guys remember? Some of you were like, VH? What? The heck is that? That sounds like something bad. I don't want any VHS. Right? But I have an old VHS back from early on in my career. Me doing a training that somebody recorded. I was going through my stuff. I don't know what I was looking for. I was looking for light bulbs. My wife's like, I want to make sure that we have light bulbs that don't flicker. My daughter explained to her that flickering light bulbs give you a headache. So I'm looking to see if anyways, long story short, I'm like, this VHS old. So I'm going to convert it to digital, right? And so people can actually watch it. You'll be like, this dude was a parrot. I literally was a parrot. You would have thought I was Jim Rohn. I was like, of course. I even did my hand gestures like him. But my fingers aren't like his. He has like big banana fingers. But anyway, that's literally the secret, is confidence, okay? So I spend so much time on it. But let me give you today, this is called the connection call checklist, okay? I love this a lot because, once again, you don't have to do all these things. Do you understand? Like, a lot of you, I'm teaching you perfection. You don't have to do all these things. But definitely, it's going to help you, okay? I just go, how was I taught how to do connection calls? And this is what I do, right? Touch a heart before you ask for a hand, right? Discover their why. That's why I like doing individual connection calls instead of what? Bigger connection calls with a lot of people. Because it's hard to connect with somebody when it's a lot of people. So touch a heart before you ask for the hands, number one. Discover their why. Number two, you guess it. Get them committed to the university, okay? Promote and send the orientation recording. Catch what I just said. That promote is an important thing. Don't just send it. When I send something to somebody, I want them to do what? I want them to watch it. I'm not trying to send it to them so I can check off my list. I did that. You're looking for results, right? So number three is what? Track. What track do they want? What do they want? Right? Do they want the normal track, fast track, or fastest track? Meaning what? Somebody wants to make $500 a week, and you're talking about making $500 a day. It's a completely different what? It's a different speed. You're like, hey, in the next 24 hours, you got to get me on the phone with 10 people. They're going to go, what? I just want to make $500 a month, man. You're crazy. You can't prescribe the wrong thing. You understand? Like, let's just say that all you do is give out, like, if you're a doctor and every time somebody comes into your office, all you do is put a cast on their arm. Because you like putting casts on people's arms. You guys hear what I mean? You got to find out their symptoms. So you guys agree with that? Somebody's like, okay, all right, this is cool. I like this cast. It's a good look, but my ankle's broken, doc. Or I was just coming in for a physical. You know what I mean? Hey, Travis, you do me a favor again, bro. This bad. I promise you I charged you. Oh, God, this is good. But anyways, you understand? You have to find out what it is they're looking for. You can't just prescribe the same thing for everybody else. How much time are we looking at on that? Okay, in the bag, all those should be working. Okay, but look at this. You want to get them committed to the university. You want to know what track, normal, fast, or fastest. Get them committed to the senior manager run. Okay, number 4 is what? Walk them through how to enroll the customer links. Do you think that's important? Yeah. Do you? I think what you're going to be doing is what? I make sure that we know. I didn't send them my link. So you got somebody fired up about the products, but you didn't let them buy from you? If I get you excited about the products, there's a pretty good chance you're going to want to get them. Now, if you buy them online without my link, you're going to buy them from somebody else. You have to make sure you understand that. So when you're teaching a brand new person, why is the links important? That's what I tell them. There's other people in Riman. Did you know that? There's other people in Riman besides you. So do you want them to buy from their link or what? Your link. How do you get them to buy from your link? Send it to them. I seriously have about every day somebody call me, oh, I got a customer, but they bought from somebody else. Well, let me make sure. So you're telling me you sent them your link, they clicked on it and it went to somebody else's website? Well, no, Tim, it didn't work like that. Every time. Well, show me the message where you sent them the link. Well, I didn't send it to them. So you thought they were just going to read your mind. Is that what you thought? I see. So people, you thought it's like, guys, it's kind of like some people are just like, dee, dee, dee. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what are we doing? So walk them through how to enroll the customer links. Number 5 is pick a pack. Starter kit size matters, right? Pick a pack. Starter kit size matters. Overcoming objections. We talked about that, I think it was last week. Launching your business document. You guys have that in your hands, in your handout. It's in the drive as well. And a list. You should have the list in your drive. Remember NC DART. Anybody know what N stands for? Networkers. You guys got to know some of this stuff by now. I think every week I talk about NC DART. Okay. So anyways, schedule the launch pop-up or the online launch 24 to 48 hours if they want to do it on the fastest track. If they don't want to go on the fast track, don't. Like if somebody's like, yeah, I want to make $500 a month. You don't need to do it in 24 to 48 hours. Do it in a week. Do it in 2 weeks. You understand? You slow down the pace for somebody who wants to get less results. The difference between Julian Doan and you is what? His pace. Your pace is just more. You see what I'm saying? It's super simple. We all do the same thing. Get customers, be customer getters. Number 8, speed and exposure. Success loves speed. Rank advance your new planner to senior manager. That's the number 1 focus when they get started. He's showing them how to become successful. Now let's talk about this. Okay? This is very important for your notes. I'm going to get a little technical. Are you guys okay with it? Yeah. I know some of you are like, don't give me numbers and percentages, Tim. I'm going to do it. Okay. Now the signature line kit is the 300 SP. Does not come with enough personal SP to unlock your unilevel pay. Can you still get it? Of course. If you get 700 more personal volume by basically getting customers, right, or whatever you do, you can get to 1,000 SP. But 1,000 SP does what? Unlocks your what? Unilevel. Okay. So starter kit plus 1,000 SP and starter kit premium 1,500 both come with enough personal SP to unlock your unilevel. You just need 10 lifetime customers by the end of the month. That's why those two have a red box around them. Okay. Now follow me on this. Okay, follow me on this. You have to make sure people know they need to get their 10 lifetime customers. What's the difference between a lifetime customer and an active customer? An active customer is automatically a lifetime customer. So if somebody buys from you and they open up a customer account, they're automatically a what? Lifetime. Now if I tell Marie, I just got started in this business, okay? You don't have to buy anything from me, but just do me a favor. Open up a customer account for me. Company wants to know that I know how to do that, help people open up customer accounts. If you do, it's going to help me make a lot more money this month. Would you do me a favor? It's free, and if you decide to buy something, guess what? That's even better. Somebody goes, that's pointless, Tim. Why are they having us do that, man? Why are they having us find out how to open up customer accounts? Let's figure this out here, guys. I don't know. I think it's a dumb idea, too. Let's just go out there and not be successful. They want us to learn how to open up customer accounts. Now, if I sell a product to Marie on the spot, right, cash on carry that I've got because I've got an inventory, guess what happens? I'm going to set her up with what? A customer account. Why? It's free, and then if she wants to reorder, she can do what? Buy it, right? So people are like, why do I have to get my lifetime customers? Why 10? Why is Tuesday spelled the way it is? You know what I mean? What are we doing? Are we asking silly questions? Like, let's just be stupid. I don't know. All I know is it makes sense to me. Well, that's what I would think, right? So let's talk about this, okay? So here it is. How we start will duplicate, okay? Why everybody wants to get 1,000 SP starter set. At least is the word you're looking for there. So this is for your notes. The first one is no unilevel. It says no unilevel, no 1,000 SP, no 10 free customer accounts. Guess what? You're going to get 5% on your level 1 planners. So for your notes, it's going to say 5% for level 1 planners. And then it's going to say 0% for level 2 planners. Very easy to understand. Okay? Then the next thing on your handout is going to say yes unilevel. Okay? 1,000 SP or higher, personal volume, right? A thousand or higher personal volume with 10 free accounts. That's what happens. You're going to get 10% on level 1 and 5% on level 2. You think that's important to know? Yes. Like, that would be something I wish that that everybody had to know before they got started. Yeah. Because you start getting people started, and guess what you do? So true. You're literally cutting their income by thirds. You see what I mean? And man, when you first start, that's when you're talking to everybody, right? You're brand new. You're talking to everybody. You're sharing this thing with everybody. You're fired up like never before. Now let me show you this, okay? So let's say that you get 1,000 SP. Remember, we get paid on the BP, right? The bonus points. This is for your notes. 1,000 SP kit, and you recruit 5 people to do the same. First off, you're going to earn $68 rebate, okay, minimum. You're going to get $445, okay, $445, 272 differential, 171 level on your level 1 planners. And on your level 2 planners, you're going to earn $1,715. Okay? Now, if I showed you what you would make if you were a team leader or already a senior manager, that number would blow you away. But that's basically a brand new person getting started. Okay? So this is important to understand, right? We want to do the right thing and duplicate the right thing. Okay? Do the right thing, duplicate the right thing. Now, if I got started with a 300-point set or less and I duplicated that, what would that look like? What would that look like, right? Let's talk about it. Okay? I hope everybody got this one. Okay, and we're getting a little technical. Remember how we start, we'll duplicate. Starter kit size matters. How many level 1 planners with starter kits to become a senior manager? Now, you can become a senior manager with never introducing your Riman to anybody. Is that true or not true? Can you become a senior manager just getting customers? Yes. Of course. Absolutely. Okay? But we're talking about starter kits right now because we're talking about launching people. Okay? So basically, if you have no kit, how many level 1 planners would you need to get no kit? Right? The answer is infinity. Okay? You understand? An infinity amount. Okay? Now, if you got started with a 300-point kit, and what would equal 6,000? 19. A 1,000-point kit would equal what? 5, right? A 1,500-point kit would equal what? 3. If I got 2 1,500-point kits, that would be what? 1 to hit senior manager. If I got 4 1,500-point kits, I would basically, as soon as that happens, I would be a senior manager. This is important to know. Mainly because you're going to not just talk to, you're going to also talk to entrepreneurs. If you talk to a business owner and you don't know this stuff, goodness gracious. Okay, if somebody would have not shown me this, I would have been like, what in the heck? Why would you not show me that? I've actually had people upset at their sponsor. I did a connection call with somebody and they're like, what? What? Why didn't you tell me this? They're like, you know what I mean? It's like, I didn't think you would. The guy's like, heck yeah, I'm a freaking millionaire. Even though I don't look like it. The guy's like, bro, because he doesn't look like, he looks like a dude that just, he almost looks like a homeless dude with a big beard, like fisherman type of guy, you know what I mean? As I'm sitting here with a big beard, like, I shake mine today, so I was, But the guy, I'm like, dude, this guy, I didn't know the guy was like successful like that. But let me explain to you guys the difference in what all this means. Okay, hopefully you got all that. So let's go into this, okay? So I'm showing you right now why everyone should know about 4 1,500-point SP kits. And I'm going to explain this to you, okay, right now. Okay, so let me put everything up there and explain to you what this means, okay? So from 0 to 3,000, you're a planner, yes or no? Yes. Okay, you're going to earn $202 on that if you are buying or selling, right? This is somewhere right around this, okay? It kind of depends, basically, because the SP for dollars, everything's not exact, but this is pretty darn close, okay? I understand it might be $1 too off. But anyways, on the next 20, and on the next one, now you're a manager, you're going to earn now what? 20%. You guys with me on that? That's 404, okay? You guys see that? When I got, look, if I'm a manager, think about this, okay? And I go to senior manager, and I buy or sell 3,000, I'm going to make 404. Okay, because I'm going to get paid 20% of the bonus points. Okay? Now, when I got started at 6,000. I don't encourage people to do this. You understand that? It's not something I'm like, everybody should do this. Like, absolutely no. But entrepreneurs, like business people that like are business minded, that if you already own a business, you probably want to make as much you can as fast as you can. Would you agree with that? Yeah. Of course, right? So when I got started, I made 808 instead of 202 and 404. Why? Because I got manager pay on it. I'm explaining all this to you, okay? This month I'm going to get a $500 fast start bonus. So that's $1,308. Do you guys understand where I got $1,308 from? Okay, 808 is my rebate, right, that I made. 500 is my fast start, that's $1,308. Now every big starter kit comes with $360 of the free product. We know that, right? So if I buy a 1,500 point set, how much free products do I get? Anybody know? 316. How much does every 1,500 point set come with free products? 316. How much? 316. I want to make sure you guys get this, okay? Because I know when I show this type of stuff and I start getting all green and analytical, I lose most people. They're like, oh, what? Okay? So now if I get $316 of the free product times 4, how much free product is that? Okay, that's $1,264 of the free product. Okay? So my rebate down here, my rebate is what? $1,308. $1,264 of the free product, that's a total of what? $2,572. Okay? Now the total price out the door for a 1,500 point set is $1,688. Okay? Times 4, that's $67.52. Minus what? $2,572. That comes out to be $4,180. You understand? This is the reason why I did it. Because I'm a numbers guy. But the key is now, once I did that, what happens? Now I'm getting paid as a what? Senior manager. So now when I go talk to Julian, guess what? I'm a senior manager. So when he gets started, I'm going to make a lot more money whenever he gets started than I would if I talked to him as a planner. That's the reason why I did it. I don't encourage most people to do it because most people aren't like an entrepreneur type person. There's no way I would have done that when I first started when I was 17, high school student. I'd be like, oh, I don't know what you're talking about, right? You understand? But understand the instant, this is so important. This is in your notes. Instant rank advancement to SM. Okay? This is the rebate you get. If we hit senior manager with personal volume, what is personal volume, right? Whatever you sell or buy, okay? Within 1 calendar day. How many calendar days? 1. Okay? The cutoff is 11:59 Pacific, okay? For every market on the planet. If you're building internationally, Alan, Julian, you know that. Okay? 11:59 Pacific is the cutoff for every market. To leap past planner, we're going to get senior manager pay on that transaction. You guys get that? You have to know this because I hear people saying, man, if you do that, you're going to get senior manager pay. No, you get manager pay on it, which is the 20%, the 808, okay? We start earning senior manager pay moving forward. So after that happens, you get paid as a what? Senior manager. So people have to know this because some people will get upset when they find out. They'll be like, why didn't you tell me this stuff? So I just let them, I don't get into all the details unless they want to know about it. But I'm going to explain to them, there's a way that you can get started like, some of the top people that are entrepreneurs, that's how a lot of them get started, right? It's because, for me, it's like, I'm going to put in 4180, I'm getting, what, 2 much free products, it's ridiculous, right? So that's the way that I look at things. So I just want to make sure you guys all get it and like for it is understandable to you, okay? But I want to show you the direct selling bucket. Okay, this is direct sales. This could be anything. This bucket could be anything. Meaning college, it could be a workout at a gym membership or anything, right? People join in a business, right? They get started in a business. So imagine, I'm going to show you little people right here. Now these little people are all joining the bucket. They're joining the bucket. They're jumping in the bucket. Okay? People are jumping in the bucket, right? I jumped in the bucket. We're all jumping in the bucket. It's a direct selling industry. Okay, some fast, some slow. This guy's jumping in fast. This person's thinking about it a little bit, going a little bit slower. But people are getting started in direct selling, okay? That guy's jumping fast. So basically, they get started in the bucket. The problem is there's a little hole in that bucket. Okay? So what happens is what? People, when they join, they fall out of the bucket. Is there people that enroll in college that don't graduate? Or the people that buy gym memberships that don't do anything? Okay, I've got gym memberships everywhere. Okay? So they fall in the bucket. So what most people say is what I say. Let's plug the bucket. You can't plug the bucket. Somebody goes, what? That's not fun. But guess what you can do? You grow people so they don't fall out of the bucket. So let me give you an example. This is how it works, okay? Let me put it. This is the size So Riman University system will rank up our new planners. So basically, when somebody starts off, that's the size of a planner. It's a lot easier to fall out of the what? Bucket. Now, if the senior manager's bigger, it's harder to fall out of the what? Bucket. Team leader's even bigger, it's harder to fall out of the what? Bucket. Director's what? Bigger, it's harder to fall out of the bucket. So we want to get new people to become successful when they join the business. Is everybody clear on that? Today when you walk out of here, you've got to be thinking to yourself, what did I learn today? Yeah. What's everything I'm showing you, this was taught to me in 1996. I was sitting in a training I paid $500 for. You think I was taking notes? We paid $500 for our training. Heck yeah, we were on the edge of our chairs. We better learn this stuff. You guys came in for free. But this is something I got out of that first training, and I've been sharing it ever since. It's like you want to grow people so they can't fall out of the bucket, okay? So the first 24 to 48 hours is the most important time in a new planner's business. The first 24 to 48 hours is the most important time. Because right when they get started, if you get them into immediate action, you get them results, guess what's going to happen? They're going to stick around. They're pumped. You're getting a time extension, right? So you just want to help everybody become successful, okay? So let's talk about call to action for your notes. Let's make a commitment to drive with at least 2 guests here. Okay, just do at least 1 guest, right? Okay? I was talking to a group in Mexico on Sunday, and I had a funny, and I did it this morning. We had a big Colombian call. I had like 200 people on a Colombian call at noon today. I was like, whoa! I thought it was going to be like 2 or 3 people. Victor Franco, one of our guys, about the director down there. The guy's on fire. The guy's a machine. I'm like, is this guy AI or is he real? But I told these groups the same thing. It's like for me, I like talking to people. I'm afraid not to talk to people. You guys see what I'm saying? Like I'm afraid to let somebody I don't want somebody to be mad at me because I didn't introduce them to it. Somebody doesn't want to take advantage, I don't care, but at least let me introduce them to it. And I go, some people are scared to talk to people. Who are you talking to? Are you talking to a murderer? I would be scared to talk to a murderer too. I don't talk to murderers. That's why I'm not scared. In 30 years of talking to so many people, guess how many people have tried to beat me up? Nobody. Guess how many people tried to kill me? Nobody. As long as you're not talking to murderers, you got nothing to be afraid of. So don't go to the prison yard and try. But it's like there's nothing to be afraid of. You get what I mean? It's just talk to people. Introduce people to an opportunity, better quality of life. Introduce people to some products that can revolutionize life. Just let them know about it. Just share. Elmo taught us when we were little kids, right? Some of us, I don't even know if Elmo was around when I was watching that. I think he was kind of new. But all my kids watch Elmo's World on Sesame Street. That dude taught us to share. Barney used to be a major success, right? This guy was huge. Back 18 years ago, Barney was crushing it. What'd Barney teach you? Share. All we got to do is what? Share. Boom, Barney taught us how to do it. We can do it, okay? So let's register today for Vegas, right? So we're going to do an overview again, like we did today, before the university. If you're already in the business, everybody wants to come to them. Why? You want to learn how to do a presentation and watch it, right? It's the best way to learn. Register today for Vegas. Let's get a new planner. The 7-day senior manager promo. Let's rank advance before a team leader before the convention. Obviously before August 1st. Okay, August 1st we want to do that. Okay. So next week we're going to be doing an overview. We're going to be talking about obviously leadership and present. We're going to be talking about leadership presenting. Just so you guys know for your notes, the price has changed. So you got to be aware of it. Single ticket price. It's only $159 all the way till June 30th. Okay. 10 ticket bundles, $12.99 right now. Okay, so those are for the convention. That's the QR code to scan it. Should have put the QR code for the hotel rooms, but we're good. I'll make sure I get that to you guys next week. This is for what? The convention. Most important thing is getting at the convention. And then obviously tomorrow you guys can jump on doing a director strategy session. It's going to be fun. That's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be a Zoom. You can take advantage of that if you want. Anybody can take advantage of that. Next week, it's supposed to say on your notes, it says leadership. It says 10, it should say 11. I made a mistake there. I made a couple mistakes tonight, but that's what we do. So number 11, next week's 11, leadership and presenting. So I'm going to be doing both. But now